Tesla and Bitcoin, arguably two of the most discussed and searched topics in the finance world today. And why not? After all, both have returned more than 1000% returns to the investors in the last few years. But many don't know why Tesla is entering into crypto market now. So in this video, we'll talk about Tesla's goal with the Bitcoin investment and how Bitcoin is going to help Tesla in coming future. Before that, if you are interested in finance and investing content, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for new video notifications. So Tesla bought Bitcoin of worth $1.5 billion last week. That's a billion with a B. We all know Tesla is a disruptor, and not just in innovation and growth, but also in setting trends. Now, I agree that there were a few other companies like Square, PayPal, MicroStrategy who started this trend before Tesla. But Tesla's investment into Bitcoin gives a whole new validation to the cryptocurrency market. Tesla is and will be a main catalyst to the cryptocurrency market going forward, and investors will pay a very close attention to Tesla's crypto reserves in future earnings. A simple example you can look at today is Bitcoin went from 38,000 to now over 50,000 since Tesla broke this news. Tesla's $1.5 billion investment is already over $2 billion in just last week. By the end of Q4 2020, Tesla has $19.38 billion in cash. And out of that, $1.5 billion now exists in Bitcoin. That means Tesla now has 7.7% cash in Bitcoin. Now that was not at all a surprise to many investors. Back in December 2020, Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy, tweeted to Elon Musk and asked him to invest in Bitcoin. And Elon showed some level of interest as well. And one thing we all know about Elon is if he shows some interest about something on Twitter, chances are he'll take action on that. A very similar thing happened back in June 2020 when someone on Twitter asked Elon Musk if Tesla would split their shares, and Elon replied quite positively. And within weeks, Tesla announced 1:5 share split in one of their earnings calls. Now still, many might ask, why Bitcoin? For this, you need to understand the concept of money dilution and power purchase. Thinking of $20 billion on the balance sheet, that is a huge amount, and Tesla might not need this much amount of money in near short-term future. And cash sitting in bank account dilutes in value every day, especially when you realize that over 20% of money in circulation was printed in 2020 itself. More money in the market means more demand for products and services. And with limited supply, prices of these products and services will go up. This means consumer needs to spend more money for the same product and services. In short, with more money in the market, value of your money dilutes and the purchase power goes down for the consumer. In Tesla's 10K filing on 8th of Feb, Tesla clearly mentioned that by investing in Bitcoin, their goal is to diversify their investments and maximize return on their cash that is not required for the normal operating liquidity. Fiat currencies dilute over time. With Federal Reserve printing money left and right, the purchase power for your dollars in your bank account decrease over time as well. On the other hand, Bitcoin and many other cryptocurrencies have limited supply, so these currencies will not dilute over long term. Rather, with limited supply, demand for Bitcoin will rise and hence the price of each Bitcoin. This way, holding Bitcoin instead of cash in the bank account would help Tesla get better returns on their sitting cash and ensure purchase power for their cash reserves. In 10K filing, Tesla also mentioned that they would start accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment, which would lead to even bigger Bitcoin position in Tesla's balance sheet in future. This could be a start of a new trend. This might result into a domino effect which was started by MicroStrategy and Square, followed by Tesla, and in future, more and more companies will follow their footsteps. More company CEOs and CFOs will question their cash positions in their bank accounts and will at least think about exposing some part of their cash reserves to cryptocurrencies. Think about big companies like Amazon, Apple, Google, Facebook. They have hundreds of billions of dollars sitting in their bank account and pretty much doing nothing. And those positions are so big that even a slight dilution in the value of fiat currencies matter a lot for these companies. That's why these companies try to diversify their cash reserves into many different short-term and easily cashable investments. Crypto could be an amazing market for these companies to keep their cash for future. By putting a very small portion of their balance into cryptos, companies are able to maintain their healthy purchasing power and reduce reliance over fiat currencies, which devalues over time. Also, many companies with very stable cash flow but very little growth can follow this path to attract more newer investors into the company. Finally, after Tesla, other companies might also start accepting Bitcoin as a payment option, which could be an even bigger move than just buying and holding Bitcoin as a cash reserve. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general come with their own risks and concerns. Let's talk about a few of them today. The first risk or first concern many people have is cryptocurrencies are usually very highly volatile markets. Yes, I agree. Bitcoin is volatile, but not risky anymore. Let's look at this Google Trends graph here. In this chart, you can clearly see people searched about Bitcoin more in 2017, and that year Bitcoin peaked around $20,000. Whereas this year, the trend interest is around half of 2017's trend, and Bitcoin price is well above $50,000 already. This means there's more interest coming from institutional investors this time than the retail investors. Volatility in cryptos will go down as more and more institutional investors will come in this market. Second major concern that many people have is Bitcoin is usually very expensive. Many don't have $50,000 sitting in their bank account to buy one Bitcoin. To answer that, our response is that's even better. With Tesla stock, you get best of the both worlds. On one side, if Bitcoin continues to rise, Tesla stock will also grow as well because of the exposure to the crypto market. And on the other hand, you get to keep a very fast growing company with a multiple trillion-dollar TAM or total addressable market. Tesla is an energy company at its core, and many investors invest in Tesla because they care about the planet and they understand the consequences of global warming. From that angle, biggest criticism of Bitcoin right now is it takes a lot of energy to mine Bitcoins. And in this world of global warming, that could be a huge pushback. But many don't realize that over 74% of Bitcoin mining is powered by renewable energy today. The last risk that we want to talk about today is regulatory issues. There are some countries today where crypto trading is banned already, and in future there might be some other countries that will follow the same path. But with the amount of money involved today, countries will refrain from fully banning the cryptocurrency market and would rather come up with their own regulatory rules to eliminate any frauds. On the other hand, just this week itself, Canada launched their first Bitcoin-backed ETF, and in future, you might see similar ETFs coming up more frequently. Also, there might be more countries that might follow their footstep in future. Personally, I feel Tesla entering the Bitcoin market is a game changer. We live in a world where things change very rapidly. Having some exposure to a promising digital asset will definitely help Tesla stay ahead of the curve. And this also demonstrates Tesla's willingness to adapt to the change quickly. And finally, even if things don't work out well for Bitcoin, Tesla is not going to go bankrupt because of that. On the other hand, if Bitcoin goes to the moon, Tesla can slowly increase their Bitcoin position by dollar cost averaging. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Also, comment down below what you think about Tesla's investment into Bitcoin. And finally, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon so that we can send you a notification every time we upload a new video every week.